Buenos dias! We're celebrating Cinco de Mayo, and today I thought we'd have something that's probably a little modern, fresh take, garden vegetable take on a few classics. I like steak fajitas. I'm not into refried beans, but I liked the experience of jicama and Savoy cabbage. And so we're gonna do this the Chef Judy way, and this is really fun for entertaining because you can either eat it as a taco or you can have it, all your friends that are low carb, you can just skip the taco part, but you can have a lot of these things on the paleo. Maybe omit the corn or just have a couple pieces. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add some garlic salt, pepper, and then I have a curry blend. I know you're saying curry, what, with Mexican? But watch what I'm doing. It's gonna be so good, a little turmeric in there. And then what we're gonna do is I have some salt that I've just kind of created with different seasonings. A pinch of oregano is in there and a little dehydrated serrano pepper. So that's gonna give it that big pop of heat. If you're not sure on seasoning, go to your local seasoning store and they can really help you. And a lot of them can make their own kind of compound seasoning. So season one side, and then let's get it on the griddle, okay? You're gonna get the griddle going at about medium high. And just an indoor griddle pan is fine. To me, there's nothing finer smelling than garlic salt on meat. And so many of my chef friends goof on me because it's just such a simple thing, but it reminds me of my mother's kitchen. I think garlic salt was the one seasoning. Well, she used paprika and oregano, but it was like her mainstay. And all my friends would say, like, how does your mother make these great hamburgers? Garlic salt. So we've got the pork on. Now, I just ran to the store at Lucky's and got a roasted chicken and pulled off some meat. Those are for the people that aren't gonna eat pork. Next thing we're gonna do, and we're cooking it as we see how long each one takes. A little olive oil, or you can use canola oil. And we're gonna put this corn, we're gonna pop it there, right on the griddle. And this is what I mean, this works so well whether you're cooking it indoors or outdoors. But for Cinco de Mayo, I'll have a few people over. We'll definitely make a batch of margaritas. And next, while the corn's on, now we're gonna start. These are called sugar bombs. I bought these over at Trader Joe's, and I made Sammy try some to make sure they really felt like a sugar bomb. Sammy, did they feel like a sugar bomb? Yes, they did. They're just slightly sweeter, and that's what makes it so delicious. Now, they're gonna pop pretty quick, but what's so easy, look at this. See, you get that technique. So they're gonna start to blister. We're gonna turn the corn. Everything's kind of gonna go at its pace. And let me check the first pork chop because, I got a little bit to go. We don't want to dry them out. That old, back in the day, back in the 60s and 70s was when you cooked pork well done. Well, you don't anymore. So you want to keep it about medium rare, and I'll show you that in just a minute. Tomatoes are about to come off. Now watch this. We're going to add some of these beautiful peppers. You know how you buy the baby peppers? These suckers are great. Take the insides out, scoop them, put in some cream cheese, and then put it on the griddle. Oh, it is so good. Oh, maybe you want a little hint of the Mexican salt in it just to bring it up. I'm gonna get a little garlic salt in the vegetables. There we go. And there's my other little harissa curry. And now we're gonna switch this over. It's there. So it's gonna be really easy to cut too. Now I'm gonna move this down a little bit because what I have are the street taco. They're almost like mini pockets, but we're just gonna use 2 as a base because remember what I said, if you set it up as a bar, as a food bar, everybody can kind of take what they like, and it's not as difficult as giving people a whole bunch of tacos and then telling them, you find out they're picking it all out because they don't want to eat the carbs in that. Of course, there's low carb taco shells as well, but I just think for Cinco de Mayo, I want all my food to just be really bright, and I'm not into too much heat. I like a little heat. So we'll be touching this up as we go along, but we're just gonna warm these. See how it's just starting to brown right there? That's fantastic. You push on the boneless pork chop just like you would when you're cooking steak. Here's rare, and as you go up your thumb, the firmer it feels, that's when you're gonna get to more well done. No need to ever do anything well done. Do your job well done, but don't cook food well done. So, I think, Sammy, we just lost every viewer that eats their steak medium well. But hey, it's the only way I dated my husband. My husband used to come into my restaurant, and when he asked me out, I said to him I could never date a man like that. And he didn't understand, and then I explained he ate his meat well done, medium well. Came in the next day, ordered a rare cheeseburger, and I've been with him for 31 years. Okay, so pork, just about, I see a little pink on the edge, so I'm just gonna move that back down. Your hottest points on a griddle pan are always, if you look like the Great Divide, usually your hottest burner in a gas burner is the front left, so you'll know the one that's right behind is gonna be just a little less. Now in the corn, you can cook the corn earlier and then cut it off the cob, or you can just use it exactly as, you know, a placement on this beautiful plate. Get over here, you see that jump right out? Okay, get these last tomatoes out. Now, what we're gonna do, peppers are going along really well. Okay, I'm gonna turn this pork one more time, but I can tell it's really juicy. So, let's pull this baby off right now. Because we need to let them rest just for a moment. You never want to cut the meat right away. All the juices come out and they get left without going on your delicious dinner plate. So now we'll do a little arrangement with these beautiful peppers. Oh, I just love them. And you know, these are really good for you. So we'll do some brightness with the yellow over there. There's a couple red ones, but look at these tomatoes. I mean, this in itself, I'm like sold, right? So, sour cream, I never understand if it goes on the top, it gets too messy. So what I do is I do a little sour cream right there, okay? And then we're gonna do a little fresh lime juice around everything that we can, because lime is such a key ingredient when you're cooking food like this. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some sliced jicama. Jicama almost tastes like a Granny Smith apple and a potato put together, and it's so delicious with lime and cilantro. So that's the next thing we're gonna do, is and the cilantro on the corn. We wanna definitely get some of that on the corn. So cilantro is something that you can use in so many different things, and you know, you either love cilantro or you hate it, right? I happen to love it. If you can, whoop, there goes our camera. Whoops, sorry, we are having technical difficulties at the moment. Sammy got too excited to have her Cinco de Mayo, or Sammy's already hit the margaritas. But she bounced back really well. Okay, let me move this out of the way so I can show you. Let me get my knife right here. Do a little quick cut on the pork, okay? And you can see, look how juicy that is. That is exactly where you want it, okay? Between that medium and medium rare. And then we're just gonna take that and we're gonna do, and remember, you can, if you prefer chicken, that's not a problem. You can do chicken as one, or you can do a combination. Sometimes I'll have like ground beef as an option as well. So you can do like one of each, and that works really well. So look at this, is coming along. We've got the black beans. Now we're gonna do Savoy cabbage. Savoy cabbage is a little lighter, so it's not that like huge bite. You know, when you eat regular green cabbage, it can be a bit much if it's not cooked with, say, onions or something like that. So we're just gonna put that right in the middle. A little homemade guacamole. Now, literally, you can just smash avocados, okay, if you want, but I'm gonna do some homemade guacamole because I make a lot of avocado toast, so I'll have leftover avocados to make that. And then I found this, it's a mix of a mango sauce, and that's something I really love to use, or different sauces, so we're just gonna do that, little drizzle there. And then the last, plantain chips. Now, I mean, you gotta have a bag of plantain chips at home. They are so good, oh my gosh. And they just like really are fun for dipping. So you wanna make it easy enough for somebody so they can just kind of dip right in there. They have the sour cream. They have these wonderful plantain chips that Sammy and I have already tucked into a few times. And now you have this like outrageous Cinco de Mayo plate, right? Bursting with flavor. I'm waiting for the mariachi band to come out at any time. And voila, you have a feast for several. We'll even garnish it with a lime, right? One more squeeze of lime because it just looks so good. Sammy, would you be happy with that for dinner tonight? Sammy's staying for dinner. That's what I've got for you. So if you're going out on Cinco de Mayo, this year to Sunday, be safe, Uber, Lyft, have a designated driver, okay? Have a great time. I hope you get a lot of spice out there. And we'll see you next time in Judy's Foodie's Kitchen.